Hey everybody, Karen here again, homeschooling coach and founder of Project Caring. Module 2 is about deschooling. And if you've never heard of deschooling, you're going to be blown away because it's such an important part of homeschooling. Deschooling is the transitional period or the period of detoxification between your child attending school and starting to homeschool. Now, if your child never attended school, this still applies to you because parents have to go through the deschooling process as well. And this is because if you were raised in the traditional school system, you have the same ideals in your mindset as your children do from going to school. And these are important things that need to be switched to have a positive homeschooling experience. Now, when children have gone to school for long periods of time, they are conditioned to the rules and regulations that the school system has. This means that if they need to go to the bathroom, they need to raise their hands and ask for permission. Before they get started in their day, they need to wait for instruction. Once they're given instruction, they have to make sure that they follow the instruction to the T. If they don't follow instructions, then they will probably not get a good grade. And then they work for grades. So it's that kind of reward system. So if you decide not to do those things at home, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging. Now, this doesn't mean I recommend you to do those things at home. I actually recommend the opposite. Homeschooling is not school at home. Homeschooling should be organic and flow with your lifestyle. So it will be important to sit your children down and discuss the way that everything will function at home. And considering that life changes as often as you take a breath, you want to make sure that you revisit this as often as necessary. Your kids will grow and they will change. You will grow and you will change. And then life happens daily. So with this in mind, it's important to revisit the subject regularly and set the new rules, new boundaries, and new expectations. So everybody's on the same page and things can flow smoothly. Now, there isn't a specific amount of time required for deschooling. It's whatever you feel works for you. And you will only know as you're going through the steps. And what we recommend is giving your child room to be. After spending so many years not being free to just be, chances are they're not really going to know what to do with themselves. So it's really important to give them space so they can explore, they can do nothing for a while, they can play with their phone, they can play video games, and then come around to be curious again about learning, about life, about the things around them. If you want to help this along, you can, but it's really up to you on how much freedom you choose to give them, and their changes will also depend on the kind of choices that you make. Whenever you decide to start homeschooling after your deschooling period, just keep in mind that you can always revisit the deschooling or keep it in the background. Maybe do a period of a few hours a day in which your child just gets to explore their likes and interests, and the rest of the time can be whatever it is that you choose. Giving them freedom will help them explore themselves as opposed to what they're told to do. I hope this was helpful. And again, in my programs and one-on-one coaching, I always go further into depth with these things, and we can always address more specific issues that you may be having that might need a little more in-depth thought of the deschooling process.